Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/PettyRevenge. In today's episode, BFF sent the wrong text and ruined her bachelorette party. Organization regrets not taking me off their text chain. Customer pulls up behind rental drop box and demands service. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. BFF sent the wrong text and ruined her bachelorette party. This happened about 8 years ago and I had forgotten about it till another post reminded me of it. English is my first language, so feel free to be savage. Also, I am on mobile, so excuse the formatting. Many moons ago, I worked at a local big box store as a department manager. I knew a lot of the people who worked there because it's a small town, so most of us went there to work after graduating high school. A very old friend started working there too and we instantly clicked again. I'll call her Cher for this post. Cher's fiancé worked there too, so we all became pretty close. Take breaks and lunches together and help each other out if needed. I thought we were all good friends. Little did I know that was not the case. After a while, Cher is actively planning out her wedding. The bachelorette party comes up and she wants to go to Atlantic City for the weekend. I thought that was a great idea and I had never been before. I offered to book the room in a nice hotel, Trump now the Hard Rock. So the next day I booked it and told her it was all set up. Now during this time, my ex-husband and I were having some issues. I would talk to her about it because I thought I could trust her. Barely a week after I made the reservations, I received a text from her that wasn't meant for me. I don't remember the exact words, but she basically called me pathetic and annoying and used my name in that text. She was referring to my marital problems. I sat for a minute and responded that I think she meant to text that to someone else. She made some lame excuse about autocorrect or something. I knew it was bullsh*t. Fast forward about a month. The bachelorette party is almost here. Everyone is so excited to spend the weekend in a nice hotel on my dime. I was excited too, but for a different reason. You see, after I got that text, I cancelled the reservations and didn't mention it. I waited until it was too late for them to get another room. When I did drop the bomb, she was not impressed. I said something petty along the lines of an annoying pathetic person is not paying for your stupid weekend. They still went but had to sneak into her fiancé's hotel room and fit 10 people in a double queen. They had a sh* time and I used the money to get a new tattoo that weekend instead. Money well spent. It was worth it for me. Thanks for reading. Organization regrets not taking me off their text chain. I don't think this quite fits into pro-revenge. TLDR at the bottom. Some spicy language and nasty mental images below. I got a new phone and new number several years ago. Within a week, I started to get texts for some sort of catering and/or party organization. I ignored the first text thinking it was a simple wrong number text. By the third or fourth text, I was starting to respond to all telling them to remove my number. I started off pretty polite with some please and thank you sprinkled in. Hey, this is a new number for me and I'm not involved in your party stuff. Can you please remove this number from your list? Thanks in advance. The texts continued unabated. Like clockwork, I would receive like 4 to 5 texts a week. I copied and pasted my response a couple of times without response. Some of the texts were in Spanish, but most were in English. The texts were plans on setup, how many balloons were needed, work shifts, quinceañeras, etc. Hablo un poco de español, so I started to repeat my requests in Spanish as well as in English. By week 3 I started blocking the numbers that were sending me texts, but the volume of texts only dropped off a little bit. It wasn't just a couple of people who were texting me. At that point, I went back and found close to 24 different numbers and new ones were popping up all of the time. I'm pretty sure texting was an alternative form of communication when they couldn't use something else. I stopped being nice in my responses when we hit month 2. I started sending quite terse all-cap texts before blocking that particular number. Like below. Stop texting me, I'm not in your group. Fucking remove my number. Deja de textarme, no estoy en tu grupo. Mierda, elimina mi número. Gradually the text started to slow a little bit in volume, but I was still getting like 1 to 3 a week. And by now I was pissed. I'd had the new number for 6 to 8 weeks and they were still texting me. I never got a response or acknowledgement, before I started blocking numbers, or from someone I hadn't blocked yet. I decided to go to war. I'd given them plenty of time to stop. I had been very nice. But I was sick and tired of getting random texts about coolers or what have you at 6 a.m. on my days off. I googled and found the most vile sickening bathroom images I could find. I'm a former army guy who deployed. I've seen some sh** and even I was a little disturbed by the images I found and saved. I hope to God that it was some performance piece or used in a movie/TV show, but I didn't try to look them up. I had my images and now I just waited. A couple of days later, I got the inevitable text about some party. I texted them one picture and told them, "I've been getting texts from you all for almost 2 months now. I tried being nice and that got nowhere. I tried to get you all to remove my number, but I'm still getting texts from strangers talking about parties I don't care about. Every time I get a text about sh** I don't care about, you will receive a sh** text in response. Remove my number." 1 or 2 of the workers responded back about how disgusting I was for sending them that image. I was like, tough luck. If I'm not happy about texts I didn't want to receive, you folks will also be unhappy about texts you didn't want. Within 30 minutes someone sent a group text to someone else asking them to remove my number because I was sending texts, muy fea, very nasty. It was all in Spanish, but I understood it and responded in both Spanish and English. Thank you, that's all I wanted. You all could have saved yourself some mental scarring if you'd removed me months ago like I originally asked for. About half a dozen texts replied telling them to remove them as well. I hope they were also successful, but I blocked every number I hadn't yet blocked. I never got a single text about organizing another stupid party. I eventually deleted the nasty folder I'd been storing those shit text images. Customer pulls up behind rental drop box and demands service. This happened while I was a supervisor for a multimedia retail store. The best way to describe this company, which is no longer in business, is if you combined a Barnes & Noble, Best Buy, and Blockbuster Video. As we dealt with movie rentals, we had a drop box in the parking lot for customers to pull up and return their movie rentals. I go out to the drop box to pull in the returned videos, and with my back to the rest of the parking lot as I empty the bin, I hear a woman start yelling, "Sir! Come over here and get my videos! Sir! Come get my videos!" I take a deep breath and ignore her. She yells again for me to come and get her videos, and I ignore her again. It's one thing to pull up to the drop box while it's being emptied and ask the employee if you should hand it to them, but it's a new level of lazy to park several parking spaces behind the drop box and yell for someone to help you. After ignoring her, I hear a car door slam and some clip-clop footsteps coming up behind me. Out of the corner of my eye, I see her slam her videos into the basket I have on top of the bin, and just stand there looking at me. I stand up, act startled to see her there, Then look in the bin, look back at her, and use the ASL sign for, thank you, and say, oh, dank oh, in a stereotypical deaf accent. She looks at me horrified, says, you're welcome, and quietly walks back to her car. Biting my lip so I don't burst out laughing, I go back into the store and immediately tell the store manager, in case you get a call about your deaf employee, let me tell you what happened. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.